Hi there, I'm Martha Van Dam, and this is Living Beyond. We're in our series, our Therapy Trails series, where we're talking about paths toward mental and emotional wellness. And yesterday, I talked about how we want to break down that habit of being defensive, and we want to change that by being curious. If you haven't listened to that video, look for that one and listen to it as well. Today, this is sort of similar, very closely connected. We want to talk about how during our communications, we are either doing one of two things. We are either trying to connect with our person, or we are trying to protect ourselves. Now, this is connected to being defensive or being curious, because when we are being defensive, we are protecting ourselves. When we are being curious, then we are leaning in and we are trying to connect with that other person. And we are creating connection by being curious. But I want you to think about the last awkward conversation that you had with anyone that you love. The last conversation that felt short or harsh, that you, especially if you had one of those conversations where you thought, how do we get here? How did this turn into an argument? Thought we were having a conversation. And I want you to look and ask yourself, when during the things that were said, when was I being protective of myself? And being protective looks like insisting that the other person hears what you have to say, or being defensive. Being connecting looks very much like that curiosity, like leaning in to know what's best for the other person, like it's sharing yourself, but sharing yourself in a way that is to try to help with understanding, not prove a point. So, it's actually a short one for today, but as you're talking through your day, this reminder I think will help you if you really stick this idea into the back of your head. With each sentence I say, am I trying to connect with this person, or am I protecting myself? If you happen to be in an abusive relationship, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a sociopath, and that's more common than you may think, then I'm not suggesting you don't protect yourself. In fact, you need to protect yourself a lot. That is not what we're talking about right here. So if you are in a relationship with someone that it is not safe to have some of these vulnerable and open communications, then this point really isn't for you. There's so much more that will go into it if you're dealing with someone like that. But if you are dealing with a relatively healthy person and you guys are just trying to help each other along and trying to have the best relationship that you can have, then ask yourself in this moment, am I trying to connect or protect? I think it'll tell you something. Thanks, and I hope you have a wonderfully connected day. Bye-bye.